In this class, we're going to go over past exam questions on general motion and uniformly accelerated motion. Okay, let's start with the first question. A body accelerates uniformly from rest at the rate of 3 meters per second squared for 8 seconds. Calculate the distance covered by the body during the acceleration. Okay, let's start by writing out the information that are given in the question. We are given that a body accelerates uniformly from rest. Now, you've heard that the body accelerates uniformly from rest. That means that the initial velocity of the body is what? Zero. You understand? Because the body is not moving initially. Okay, so u equals to 0. Okay, the acceleration is what? 3 meters per second squared. So acceleration equals to 3 meters per second squared. Okay, now the time that we are given in the question, t equals to 8 seconds. Okay, we are asked to calculate the distance covered by the body during the acceleration. S is unknown. Okay, now looking at this question, how do you determine the value of s? To get the value of s, to determine the value of s, which of the equation of motion are we going to use? We are going to make use of the second equation of motion. You understand? The second equation of motion, because that one contains all the parameters that we have, including the parameters that we are also asked to find, which is the distance. You understand? The second equation of motion is s equals to ut plus 1 over 2 at squared. You understand? Now, because the initial velocity is 0, you understand? So I'm going to have s equals to 1 over 2 at squared. Do you understand? Because look at this. Listen, I'm going to explain, okay? Listen. U is 0. So I'm going to have s equals to 0 multiplied by t. 0 multiplied by t plus 1 over 2 at squared will also give me this. You understand? So when you hear that a body accelerates from rest, because this kind of question, you will find it in objective. So that is what JAMB tests you, JAMB WAEC. You have to be very smart, you understand? So when you come across a question that says initial velocity is 0, you understand? So know that this is what? 0. This will be 0, because by the time you take the product of 0 and t, you're going to have 0, you understand? So the distance, the equation becomes s is equals to half at squared. Do you understand? So here I'm going to have s equals to 1 over 2 multiplied by a is 3, multiplied by t squared. T is 8, so I'm going to have 8 squared. Okay? Now, s is equals to 8 squared is 64. 3 multiplied by 64 all over 2. S will be equals to, now 64 multiplied by 3 divided by 2. That is 192 divided by 2. You understand? So here I'm going to have 192 all over 2. Hence S will be equals to 192 divided by 2. That will be 96 meters. You understand? So here I'm going to have 96 meters. So the answer to that question is 96 meters. Okay? So let's have another question. Question 2. A particle starts from rest and moves with a constant acceleration of 0.5 meters per second squared. Calculate the time taken by the particle to cover a distance of 25 meters. Okay? Here we are given that a particle starts from rest. You can see that u is also the same. U is also 0. So u here will be what? 0. Do you understand? Because the particle starts from rest. Velocity, when an object is moving, it has significant velocity. But look at this. The particle is starting from rest. So that means that it is not moving before. You understand? So u will be equals to 0. Now, we are given that the acceleration is what? 0.5. Okay? The acceleration is 0.5 meters per second squared, and we are asked to calculate the time taken by the particle to cover a distance of 25 meters. Time taken is unknown, and the distance is what? 25 meters. Now look at this parameter that we are given. Which of the equation of motion suited the parameter? Should we use the first, which is v equals to u plus at, or should we use the second, s equals to ut plus half at squared? or should we use the third, which is v squared equals to u squared plus 2as? Which of these equations are we going to use? We are going to use the second, you understand? And the reason is because, number one, the second contains both the parameters that were given. It contains all the parameters that were given and including the parameters that we are asked to calculate, you understand? So now S is equals to ut plus 1 over 2 at squared. Now I told you that anytime you come across a question that says initial velocity is 0 when the body starts from rest, that means that this ut will be what? 0, you understand? Because when you take the product of 0 and t, you're going to have nothing, you understand? So S will be equals to 1 over 2 at squared in that case, okay? So S is 25, hence we're going to have 25 equals to 1 over 2 multiplied by 0.5 multiplied by t squared, you understand? Okay, take the cross product, we're going to have 50 equals to 0.5 t squared divided by 0.5. Are you paying attention? So here I'm going to have t squared equals to 100. Then you can take the square root of both sides. So t equals to 10 seconds. You understand? Please, do you understand how I got this solution to that question? See, anytime you come across a question that says initial velocity is 0 and you are using this equation, the equation becomes like this: S is equals to half at squared. Because when you take the product of 0 and t, that will be what? 0. So I substitute all these parameters. S is 25, A is 0.5, t is what we are looking for. And then I make t the subject of the formula, then I got 10 seconds. That is the value of t. Okay, the correct option to that question is, okay, we are not given the options. Okay, now let's proceed to the third question. How far will a body move in 4 seconds if uniformly accelerated from rest at the rate of 2 meters per second squared? Okay, please pay attention. Let's start by writing out the information. Now look at the first statement. How far? How far means what is the distance, you understand? So the first parameters is what you are looking for, that is distance. Are you paying attention? Okay, how far will a body move in 4 seconds? T equals to 4. Okay, in 4 seconds if uniformly accelerated from rest at the rate of 2 meters per second squared. So acceleration is what? 2 meters per second squared. Now uniformly accelerated from rest, so that means that u will be what? 0, you understand? U is 0 because the body is at rest. So here u equals to 0. When the body accelerates from rest, that means that the uniform acceleration of that body is what? 0. Okay, now how do we calculate the distance? The distance here is what? S equals to 1 over 2 at squared. So I'm very sure you understand the reason why I didn't have ut. The reason is because u is 0, you understand? So S equals to 1 over 2 at squared. Just put it directly like this. S will be equals to, now 1 over 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 4 squared. Do you understand? Okay, 1 over 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 4 squared, that is what? 16 meters. So the answer is 16 meters. Okay, these are the kind of question that if you come across, you shouldn't spend a lot of time, you understand? That is why I'm giving you shortcuts. Okay, so the answer to that question is 16 meters. Okay, so that will be all for this class. Okay, if you want to watch the next class, past exam question, check the link in the description of this video. Just click on those links. By the time you begin to practice more questions, you will realize that you are going to be improving. Okay, so that will be all for this class. See you in the next class.